Well, you made the punto yesterday that it is a different world news cycle now. And for people like us who don't want to concentrate on death and disease and misinformation and other misinformation and contradictions and narcs.
Let's speculate.
And the media cycle is different. It is hard to pick out stories that aren't depressing or repetitive.
It's hard.
Or bludgeoning you with something you've already heard.
It's hard.
Although, I want to say most schedule releases, which we have today, are always made a big deal.
Foosball.
Always.
Even though it's a 2-day event on the show today, or this week, it was double up. And I've always been a little vexed by it, but it's always been a 2-day event. And there is no escaping it. I don't know why it's a 2-day event. What the schedule might be.
Who knows?
And then
possibilities are endless.
What it is.
Actually, they're not endless.
Yeah, that's the thing.
A finite number of possibilities.
Very much so. And you already kind of know what's going to happen. But nevertheless, we're going to do it. And look, I'm still in shock. Even though I know modern-day USC doesn't really compete nationally anymore, I am still just blown away by their ability to throw off-season parties to exaggerate even the most minor, mundane victories in the world. Now, you did something for me yesterday, Matt, along with the fight song. It was very impromptu. You did kind of like a bonerino.
Yes, I did.
It would almost be like
I did the boner.
If there was a guy getting a boner that was also playing an instrument in the USC Spirit of Troy marching band. And just to get us in the mood for me to talk about some USC and the tape guy and what I had to go through last night, Matt, every time I turned on my Twitter machine.
Double up. It's a double up tape video guy.
Go ahead with the fight song. Let's get the bonerino going. You can do your fingers to it.
Fight on. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on.
Now, Matt, thank you. Now, I could see how this could be very tiresome.
It's a real Phil Spector Wallace sound experience.
Fight on. And I could see how this could become tiresome for anybody that listens. But this has been going on a long time. This is not just the Clay Helton era, Matt. USC, nobody throws off-season parties. Maybe the Lakers under Jim and the bartender. But nobody throws off-season parties to exaggerate things like USC, like verbal commits and such. And I know it's not just this regime. Kiffin released the Dylan Baxter video, ruined that kid's career through recruiting hoedowns annually, mixed results on the field. Steve Sarkisian's regime went ahead in a thirsty manner with the Josh Shaw debacle, only to humiliate themselves and the player. These are just small examples of an overall theme for years.
They did jump off on the Josh Shaw thing a little too quick.
You think so?
Go ahead, vet that.
All for publicity thirst. When the program isn't getting it done for the West. USC not getting it done on the field, being dominant, doesn't get it done for the West. Or their own tradition, which they sell incessantly to their fan base and their season ticket holders and their club members and things like that. But, Matt, yesterday's national tape guy curtsy for hiring two LSU tape.
You saw that photo of those two dudes?
Tape guys.
In their polos?
Tape guy.
Their purple polos.
And all the people that made a big deal out of it, Matt.
Big get.
And posted that photo of those two doughy men and saying, "Welcome to Southern California. This is big." You know, I mean, it was a different kind of desperate.
Video editors.
It was a different kind of sad desperate. And as I went on an eye-rolling Twitter crusade last night, because I had to, Matt.
Who started it? Was it Abraham that started it?
Well, USC started it. You know, they gave it to all their friendly people, and they all just...
They open the spigot.
Yeah, they all spew it out like a sprinkler. Exactly right. Reputable college football types from around the country, though, also, Matt, some in Louisiana were texting me how sad of a virtual victory lap it truly was. I mean, honestly, good luck to USC's 2 new Southern tape guys. I suppose, Matt,
now
that you would not be able to find anybody at, say maybe the best and most reputable film school in the country.
God forbid you tap your own talent.
There's nobody over at Lucas. You had to get 2 tape guys from Louisiana. And I know it's a new generation. And I know that kids are impressed by things and hype videos.
Shoes,
on
uniforms,
Twitter.
hype videos, TikToks.
Those things only work when the stands are full of fans and you win games consistently and hoist real trophies in the freaking videos. So please, don't call me a Luddite. I get it. But this is ridiculous.
You know what this is?
No one has ever done a victory lap over a tape guy.
It is the Clippers getting excited about hiring the guys who designed the #1 selling jersey in the NBA and then realizing, it's because it was the Heat and it had LeBron James on the back. The videos went viral last year when LSU was in the midst of a 15-0 season en route to a national. It was a 1-year viral video craze for these 2 dudes.
But it's not like it was a historic college football season and that people in Louisiana aren't really into LSU and would relish beating Alabama and watch the video of LSU pounding Alabama into the turf over and over again at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
How did they get traction last year on those videos?
You know, it's all such BS, and I got to sit here and look at Twitter like, huge get.
How do you not get it from the USC Film School? How do you not?
I mean,
how do you not find that? Them 2 dudes in polos.
I don't care who you hire to do your freaking tape. I don't need to know about it. It's not an effing story. Unless that guy's leg fell off and he still cut the tape that day. Then it's a story.
Then you would retweet it.
And I know I'm being nitpicky. But damn it, Matt, I told you.
Dude, Bruce Feldman tweeted that
I know.
Out. Bruce Feldman tweeted that out.
It's pathetic. And I know that I'm being nitpicky. But I'm being honest with you, Matt. These joints, the ones you're looking at, my knobby knees and elbows that you stare at daily, and I'm wearing shorts, are arthritic from going through
damn night.
The damn motions every year. Football in the West is literally on its deathbed like never before. And at least half the effing blame goes on USC. The other half, Larry Scott, and the conference, all the presidents that kept his inept regime in power while the other conferences thrived, and out on the West, we have starved. And God knows USC hasn't done their part. And I'm tired of the enablers in the local and national media, and that includes you, Bruce, puffing around USC this offseason. Quit the puffs.
Puffing around with Bruce Feldman.
Let me tell you about what I found out about those 2 guys.
About Jake and Will?
Yes.
Hey, Jacob and Will.
I got plenty of information coming out of the Baton Rouge area.
They look like they're experienced. Guys that have really, really been in the ups and downs.
A couple of guys that aren't going to get
turned
out by L.A., not those guys. Look, Matt, you can't puff around SC this offseason. I told you.
Look at that one. Have you seen that one before?
Yes.
That's the best.
I told you when it happened. After the Bone and Folk debacle, not to fire Helton and hire a coach that would immediately demand national relevance and hire a staff at USC, I told you, anybody enabling them with the puff is going to get called out like HR puffing stuff. I told you that, Matt.
You did.
I told you before Christmas.
I said. Puff Piece Police Petros.
That's right. And I don't blame the old Bonarino for needing to generate some pub. But Karchi of the LA Times needs to be a bit more discreet, as I told you yesterday. And I'm going to puff him up as the Puff Beast Police, Petros. As you said, Matt, I can't take it. I can't take it anymore. USC is a huge part of our football on the West dying. And you can't hire a tape guy and take a national bow. I will not allow it.
I can either listen and believe and follow your feelings on this hiring.
Or you can go follow the autumn mist.
Or I can read about why Stout could be considered the first 5-star prospect the Trojans have signed in the Bone Sosna era. I can read that article.
And he's a film guy.
Yes.
It is funny, however, I do truly believe that what's happened at USC in the last decade, with the exception of Sam Darnold, has had a gigantic part in just putting a knife in our brand of football in the West, which I have come to care about, Matt. I'm passionate about Pullman.
Foosball.
I'm bonkers for Boulder.
Crazy for Corvallis.
I thought you were going to say crazy for you, which is Spokane.
I'm elated for Eugene. I'm cuckoo for Cal. I'm bursting at the seams for Berkeley.
I'm pulling out my T's for Tempe.
Hey now.
I'm having a bastard son in Tucson.
I don't think that works. That's not alliteration.
You and I, Matt, have borne witness to the death of West Coast football in the last 10 years. And it's because USC has had a ticket to hell in their pocket. And it's Hayden, it's Swan, it's Nikias, it's Carol Folt, it's Helton. I mean, it's a lot of people. And I can't take the puff pieces anymore. I'm not going to do it this offseason. I told you. And I'm sure that people are tired of hearing about it, but get used to it. Because every time anybody comes out with another puff piece talking about a bold recruiting renaissance in a place like freaking USC that's supposed to be one of the great college football programs of all time, I'm going to call it out. And you know what, Matt? You travel around just like I do. And you do a show with me, and you're from L.A., and I know that. People stop you everywhere and talk about how screwed up USC is.
All the time.
Coast to coast. What do you think my life is like? Everywhere I go, some giant Samoan hand grabs me and pulls me to the side.
Hey.
You see their technique? Do you see the way they play on the D-line? They have no technique, young man. They can't play. And I have to sit there and listen to it. And then swallow Bruce Feldman's Puff the Magic Dragon tape guy tweet.
I'm watching it right now, man. These guys cut highlights. I mean, they can cut highlights. I'm watching this this Jamar Chase, unreal.
So, most of all, Matt, good luck to the two new tape guys.
Jacob and Will.
Both will be huddled in the corner of the Figueroa Hotel bar, shivering by October. You're going to wish you never came here. You're going to wake up. There's going to be some money on the dresser. You're going to have a T-shirt but no pants on. If L.A. turned out Freddie Mitchell, and it did, what do you think is going to happen to these two guys, Matt?
Well, they got like 7 million views on each of these videos. I did not see that coming.
Well, that means USC is going to win all their games.
A swag you have never seen. This is our time.
How could that be how could that have been a media story yesterday? That people actually acted like was what, Kate?
What are the odds these two newbies move to Manhattan Beach?
Oh, they're North Manhattan. They're North Redondo.
You know how sometimes they won't even post odds? This is one of those times.
You know, I saw one of these guys naked to the waist down, and his body was draped over the wall between the Esplanade and the sand. And he was throwing up, and he had diarrhea at the same time.
The other one
said he was at Shellback.
The other one was at the Kettle. Told some chick he was the USC football video guy, and her boyfriend beat the living hell out of him.
Yeah. But he did have the keys to Pete Carroll's guest house.
For the worst.
Matt, I'm done. I'm telling you.
That was bad.
I'm sorry.
That was embarrassing.
I can't take it anymore.
That was embarrassing.
I can't take it anymore.
That was embarrassing.